Hey, hey,
Yo,
how's it going?
man, it's going good. We are, seems like we're rocking and rolling nice and early this morning. How's
Yeah,
everything?
I told everyone to make sure they're caffeinated. Got my donkey.
Hey, we
Nice.
got the home brew right here.
There you go. There you go. So, how you feeling this morning?
I got a nice, good night's rest. I'm locked and loaded for this morning. I'm feeling good, feeling great. How you doing this morning, bro?
Very good, man. Very good. Awake. Not a sore. Did a lot of stuff yesterday. A lot of yard work. Cut a tree down. It's taken like three different attempts to get it all down. So it was that big. Three dump truck full. Of waste. So
Wow,
very excited. Yeah, yeah, very excited. So I'm took enough Advil that I'm feeling okay, and I think we're ready to start our. We had our pilot episode like a week
yes,
ago, going over the trailer for Rebuild the Galaxy. Star Wars Legos, and that was fun. So are we ready to kind of break it down and go here with our first episode?
dude. Let's get into it, man. It's gonna be real dope. Finally getting the Funko and Lego smash up, and it's one of a kind in the collecting universe. If you collect, and that's not just for Star Wars. This is Star Wars, but Funko and Lego go a long way. Shout out to both of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So without further ado, let's drop our intro and let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right, all right.
So, do you think
So,
Boba or Django dropped that seismic charge?
oh no, I thought you dropped it, man. You're dropping the bomb there. You're like Boba. You're the Boba.
I am, I am the Boba guy.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm rocking one of my Tea Turtle
Grogu,
tees. I
Grogu
love
on the
these
Seeing
Tea Turtle
Stone.
tees. Yeah, man. So our first topic for today, we were going to start with rumors and leaks.
Yes.
So, what do you have for rumors and leaks from Lego?
So basically, with Lego, mainly it's kind of short because I feel like they've been leaked for a while. And if you've been following Lego Star Wars, you know that a lot of the sets got leaked pretty early in the year, probably around February. And everything's coming to light now. So especially with the May drops, well, even going back to March, we had the R2D2 that's going to pair with the leaked buildable C3PO that's coming out in August, I believe, August or September,
Yeah.
and that's going to be pretty good. I'm more of a UCS R2D2 guy. You can see it in the background, but hopefully when the C3PO comes out, it can go really good together. But I mean, like I said, everything is on pace right now, especially with May. All of the Bunta Eve diorama really good. I was hoping it would be more of a kind of where you can see like the stand and all of the people like in attendance, maybe just little like pegs or bricks by any means. But
Yeah.
I mean, everything like I said has been pretty good so far. But for May, it's kind of a easier month, I would say, especially once we get into the slides of the sets that came out. It's really going to look good. But like we said before stream, we do have the Dark Millennium Falcon, and we did see that. We went over that last week in the pilot episode, but that's finally coming to life. We're getting a Darth Jar Jar minifig, and it only takes a Lego film to bring that to life. So shout out to Lego and what they're doing, and
Yeah, that's
also,
gonna be cool. Really cool.
yeah, and that set is also coming with the Dark Side Ray, which I loved seeing that in the Rise of Skywalker. I thought that was a good look. And then also we're getting a white Darth Vader. So everything we know is then rebuild the galaxy. Everything's kind of flip flopped, like a huge 180. So Darth Vader is actually going to be a good guy, and since he's all black, he's going to be all white. So it's basically just inverted. Everything is just color opposite. So that's going to be really cool. But
Oh yeah.
I think the best rumor though is where this young Leia minifigure is going to pop up. There's a few sets that are coming out. There's rumors that it's going to be coming out with the C-3PO set that I was talking about, but maybe it could come out even in a later set. So, but other than that, the rumors are kind of dry right now just because everything has already been released. But on the Lego side, that's pretty much all the leaks and rumors.
Yeah, on Funko's side, we've had some, I wouldn't say necessarily leak. We get some good intel from like Scarlet Joker, who often kind of post leaks and stuff like that. And he had posted something, and this is the second wave, but it's of this rumor where it's got a little more description as opposed to we're getting another Vader, we're getting another. So we're supposed to be getting another Palpatine. Now, rumor said it could be a bronze Palpatine. It could be like a 10-inch, like, so, I'm not quite sure what we're going to get, which is kind of exciting. I like to see another sculpt of Palpatine where it's not the same, lightning. That would be fun.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be getting, rumored, another Count Dooku. Now, if they can make it a Tales of the Jedi Dooku, people would go nuts. But I really don't know, because all these seem very dark side. So we've got Dooku. We're supposed to be getting another Maul, and it's not the Maul Bloodfin. It's not the one with the 2-pack of Qui-Gon. So kind of curious. We're supposed to also get a Darth Vader on the throne, which I take that's from Kenobi. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get a Darth Vader first appearance, and so I wasn't sure. And when I was on the Star Wars Popcast with Christopher and Lex, like, we were kind of wondering, is that the how they just came out with the one in the tin and everything?
Yeah.
So is it that, or first appearance, kind of like when the pop, or is it like him first appearance where you see him, getting on the Tantive? I don't know. That would be a great like movie moment, kind of deluxe pop, like that scene, him stepping through the threshold.
That would be my guess.
Are they doing a rewind and saying first appearance really would be when we see him in Rogue One in the hallway? I don't, I don't know. That it's kind of interesting. Then we have one that I really think was a miss back in the day. And if we're getting this as a pop, great movie moment, but it's supposed to be Kylo Ren looking at Darth Vader's melted helmet.
Dude,
I mean, that's not take my money, right?
Yes.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking like maybe they could do a lights and sound with that and have some, some of the dialogue from the movie. I don't know. We are getting this one. I found interesting because I had recently photographed the Funko Pop of Darth Vader in a TIE Fighter, but we're supposed to be getting another one, a Pop Ride Darth Vader in a TIE Fighter. So I'm not quite sure. Is it going to be a newer sculpt? It's again, I had photographed the TIE Fighter pilot in his TIE Fighter, and I enjoyed the way that image came out. So I literally went and looked for the Vader one, purchased that online just to capture that image. And little things I noticed is like the inside on that Darth Vader, though it's got some detail, it's not painted up or anything. It's just that bluish gray for the inside. Whereas when you see the TIE Fighter, it's got the markings of the wing on both sides. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to improve upon it. No idea. I'll say this, that, the fact that they've been improving their sculpts, if they're doing another one, I'll take it. I'll take it. I love it. We are also supposed to get, like I mentioned earlier, like the Palpatine. There's supposed to be a bronze Palpatine and a bronze Kylo Ren. All I could think of is it's either kind of like the chrome in the bronze color, or it's like a matted, like we've seen them do some of the gold ones that are kind of a matted. But
you guys,
I don't know what that is. Like, is that going to come out to be something with a con or someone's exclusive? I'm not a fan of just like the bronze, the gold, the chromes. So, but we are supposed to. Then this one I'm very excited for, an exclusive glow in the dark Darth Maul. So, I mean, we only kind of, it's, the only holographic really we saw of Maul was arms crossed. So So could you imagine seeing Maul arms crossed, a really nice stance, great detail in a hologram one?
That and the
And then
Kylo
imagine
Ren.
it's going to look like that Luke Skywalker exclusive we got from the Return of the Jedi anniversary.
And that was
you know?
clean. That was
It
clean.
was really nice looking. So I'm hoping they do something like that. That'd be really cool. Yeah, and there's no other real rumors right now circulating because and Funko after that, because everything that we kind of heard rumored recently, and I think that's what's nice about us having a monthly wrap up. We could catch those little things that trickle out like boom right at the end of the month.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of things that we talked about on the Star Wars podcast, even with some of the Scarlet Joker rumors, and a lot of them came to fruition, and we'll get to those later when we talk about some pre-orders.
Yes.
So very, very excited about that. But that, I mean, if there's nothing else really in this segment of rumors and leaks, why don't we just segue right in and jump right into pre-orders? All right. So what do you guys have in the realm of Legos for pre-orders? Is there anything, or has it all been dropped?
So since we're in May, this is basically what the episode's about. Everything obviously is out since we're in June already, but we do have pre-orders for a lot of smaller sets. They're starting to get the pre-orders, and you can see some of them in stores actually. But the Mandalorian battle packs from basically all of the season 3 of the Mandalorian, those packs are all coming out. Get a new Paz Vizsla, which is nice. A new Mando Praetorian Guard, because a lot of people think, well, I'm not going to get this set because I already have Praetorian Guards from the Last Jedi sets, but they're completely different. There's definitely like phase 1 of the Praetorian Guards, so those are going to be nice to have.
Now, do you only get 2 in that, or do you get? You don't. I don't think you get 3. You get 2, right?
I think I'm pretty sure yes, it's 2 because they each have different staffs. So you also get the Moff Gideon and the Dark Trooper suit, and which is funny because like they never all met in the same room at once, so it was kind of random. But I mean, it's just to make that price point fair to throw in that extra figure. So yeah, I mean that's going to be real nice to have. And then the other one is Axe Woves, I believe, Cosca Reeves, and then you also get 2 of the like super Mando troopers. So basically the white ones that Moff Gideon had ordered in the best scar. Those look really clean.
Now, do you have any images of those suckers?
I don't have any pictures of those.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Hey, curious, the black Millennium Falcon with Dark Jar Jar and the Dark Side Ray, is that going to be UCS, or is that going to be that new kind of mid-range size?
It's going to be play scale. It's going to be just like the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon. Usually a lot of people who don't have the UCS will tend to get that play scale one just because it's $160, $170.
The price point's kind of there. Yeah.
And right. And this one isn't out for it's not available for pre-order like the other sets we just mentioned, but it's nice because it's basically going to be the Millennium Falcon, but all the pieces are black or like a dark gray. So it's going to be nice.
That's going to be tight.
Yes, I agree. I feel like they're trying to sell us with the minifigs, which the 6 figures you're getting with the set, I mean, they're all dark side characters. I mean, even C-3PO from when Babu Frick was getting into his mind when he was resetting him to speak the Sith scripture, that is the C-3PO we get with the red eyes. So I mean,
that's cool. That's cool because they could have given us triple. They could have given us 000.
Hey, if they would have done that, I mean,
that would have because I saw Hot Toys with their Cos Babies has done those 2 killer droids, which I love. Really like to see Funko follow suit and do something like that, but they haven't. But
dude, I was watching The Last Jedi last week, and BB-9E, dude, it still gets me every time.
He is one of my favorite looking droids of the BB or R2 looking, like the smaller astromech styles. Definitely a really great looking droid. Just even his sound effects just sound a little more mean and menacing. Like they're just, you know what I mean? It's weird as weird as you can say that, because you think R2D2 beeps and boops, and see, it's kind of friendly when he's alarmed or is, by the sound effect. So it's kind of interesting how sound can really project a character or an emotion from this robot, which is kind of cool, which is really kind of cool. Something that like one of my friends always pointed out in the Droid Builders group is that, Kenny Baker, unlike Anthony Daniels, didn't really couldn't act like Anthony Daniels, who's a very credited actor, given a performance. But Kenny Baker would have to sit there and make a tin can move and animate with emotion just by little things like that, and then the sound crew adding the right sound bites and stuff. So it was a real great blend and marriage to make that character happen. So, kind of curious to see eventually too with any future sets, if we get the murder droids, that would be cool.
So dope.
That would be cool. Now they've done K2 SO, am I right? The Imperial kind of droid like that.
Yeah, I believe with more of the Rogue One sets, definitely. I believe there's 2 pops of them. I think.
Yeah, because I don't think you got anything for Andor, right?
No, no Andor. Well, we got the Ambush on Ferric set. That was $69.99. Came with Luthen, Andor, and then I believe like an early Imperial, like kind of like a biker officer.
No B2, nothing. No B2 emo though in Lego form yet.
Nope.
Wow, there's a missed opportunity there. Or maybe we'll see something with Andor season 2 eventually coming out.
Yeah, that was the one set. They had one set for Andor.
Yeah, for Funko, I do have some images of what we have for pre-order here. I'll put them up. We've got now this has kind of been pre-ordered out there for a little bit, very early on in May, but they had Zeb Aurelios from his appearance in Mandalorian season 3. So anyone that watched Ahsoka was so hoping we'd get a cameo, and we didn't. But this is really cool seeing him in kind of like a blue X-Wing style flight suit while he was in that cantina talking to what's his name? What's the pilot's name? I can't remember. But our little rebel pilot that they were talking to in the cantina. So this is where that pop comes from. It's going to be an Entertainment Earth exclusive. And then we have the back of the box, which was exciting at the time because it revealed more, right? Like I was like, oh, look at that. Sometimes, as you'll see, we don't always get that. So here it actually reveals the Din Grogu with his little armored plate with the Mythosaur on it. It also shows the upcoming Moff Gideon in his armor. We also have another Bowman with that cool like base with the fire and everything, but this time with a dark saber. So kind of cool. And this is what the Zeb looks like. I just think it looks phenomenal. I mean, they nailed it.
Yeah, that's a good live action depiction of him. It's spot on. And yeah, I've seen a lot of fuss about the eyes, but I mean, it's live action. This is a live action shot of Zeb. So I mean, that makes it look more realistic, in my opinion.
I like it. I can't. It is not welcome. I love the colors, the detail, the outfit and everything. Very cool. I mean, and it's exactly what we saw on film. So I'm down. Now we're just talking about the Lego and the Praetorian. He did finally give us a release of the Praetorian Guards 15, which is going to be an Amazon exclusive. So I've already pre-ordered my Zeb. I already pre-ordered this. This one I just thought was a really great looking pop.
Dude,
look at that out of the box.
Yeah, love this.
Really cool stance. He's kind of like on the defensive half, and it's different than just you said. These are Praetorian Guards from Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi, rather.
Right.
Very different looking. They kind of like how they covered it, right? Moff Gideon, these guys, ordered them. They kind of had that kind of Mandalorian helmet and everything. So it's kind of neat to kind of see the arts of these guys from leading into the next. And then for the fun didn't stop here in May for Funko. They kept going. Like I said, that box kind of, so we've got Din Grogu's armor, number 12. Look at that. That's awesome.
I think this is the best Grogu. Easy.
It's definitely one of them. It's hard to think the Grogu at the end there. That really took for me, really got up there.
That one is good.
You're getting two characters in one, right? Which is kind of nice. And it's kind of scaled for Grogu. That's interesting too. Great. And this is something that when I was on with Chris and Lex on the podcast, we said a couple times, like, this is one that like we didn't get. We've been like, when we were top fives, every one of us, I think, said this was a moment. When he gets the armor and that. But you can even see he's got that kind of chainmail armor that was created for him earlier. Yes. Very cool looking. Very cool. That Moff Gideon with the armor. It's going to be nice in the collection. Very sweet. Now look at the outside. I mean, that looks absolutely phenomenal. It's got a really great matte finish. At least the concept right here, right? It's got a really great matte. I don't know, but that kind of has like more of a look red. It looks kind of chrome. Where in the visor, the T of the visor, it's got that electro staff with the acrylic, purple acrylic on both sides for that electricity. Great. I love the detail of the red in the inside of the cape.
It looks so good.
Like, great job. I can't wait to see this one in person. That one is going to be exciting.
Yes.
Then we got another Bo-Katan, and I'm not even joking. There's like 7-8 Bo-Katan crease at this point, all slightly different variations. This one, I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's a different pose. Her kind of, flying. She's got the dark saber. My critique on this is I would have rather had this. I don't know if you saw they did a Superman and Lois where they're flying. And it looks like they're holding hands when they're flying. They're kind of more horizontal.
Oh, yeah. I've actually seen that one.
I really wish they did something like that where they had the acrylic come up to the chest and had the jetpack blowing out the back or something, and it made it look like they're flying that way as opposed to this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that would have been cooler because there's another one that they released or, announced that is kind of like this. And I thought it would have been great to have them both together in that kind of pose. But, I'm not sure. This looks great. I don't know if I'll get this one. I might hold off. I don't know. And I have noticed, too, between all the different Bo-Katans, if you actually put them in chronological order of like the character, not when they release, but more when the character, where that character's pop was made from, like what season, what series, the helmet gets more and more distressed. I thought that was really neat. And I noticed that because I was talking about them recently and I had them all out lined up and I looked at them out of box. I was like, wow, that's really cool. You can actually see it get more and more each time. So I do like that. This is the other one I was talking about. So we did finally get one and I really wanted was the Armor Flying. This is 717, which is going to be a Target exclusive. And look at that.
Yeah, this one's money.
Why did we got armor with hand on the hip, for the normal, and then this came out later? I have no idea. This should have been where it was at in the first time. Like her flying with the hammer. That was an iconic kick-ass scene. Like,
this is money.
When I saw this, take my money. Would I still rather have it posed like the Superman and Lois Funko set that they did? Absolutely. Like, could you imagine Bo-Katan and her flying like Superman style? Like Bo-Katan could have had the dark saber out like she did when she was flying and leading the squad of Mandos. I just think it's a missed opportunity and a different sculpt than we've seen for the Star Wars line.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
you got to think too, because this like scene right here when she was like flying, especially in that last episode, last two, like the spies episode for sure, it was all hands on that the armor was like playing the other side. So you like the whole time you're like, what is going like what's gonna
Yeah,
happen with her character? So this right here just reminds me of that confirmation that she is, with the Mandalorians
yeah, because
on
the episode
Mandalore.
is called like The Spy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, well, what? Who's the spy? You know, and it alluded the way it was edited. Was it Axe Woes? Was it her? You know, neither was the spy. We find out, but it was just very misleading.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one,
Fire.
Scarlet Joker had rumored about this so long ago, but Grogu Force Barrier number 719, which is more like of a movie moment and all, but look at that.
Fire.
Literally fire. That is awesome. I was wondering how they were going to encapsulate that kind of bubble when I first heard this, and I kept thinking the bubble would have been more in the front, and maybe you see them translucently through that. And I was like, how would you pull that off? I think this is a great depiction of that scene. Again, hand,
Yes.
what a high
Yes.
five, hands up. What a nod to Funko and their sculpts, because this is great, and I love Grogu to scale. You got both of them there. I love it. Absolutely
Bo-Katan's
love it.
hair just leaning in that right direction to make it look like, she's actually like bracing herself, leaning over. Yeah.
They did such a great job with this Funko Pop. I am very excited how this came out, and definitely will be ordering this sucker.
Oh, yeah.
Faux show. And like I said, the hits keep rolling on. So we got IG-11 as the Marshal that we saw in the finale. 718, which is a Target exclusive.
That's a huge nod to Carl Weathers, man. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, man. A great looking pop. This one I'll eventually add, but I don't think I'm going to run out and just grab it. I know this one's got a lot of hype and excitement. I think this already sold out in pre-orders over at Target. But if anyone knows, you can still find the Bo-Katan from Target Con, still at your local Targets for the most part. So I'm not feeling that there's such a rush to go get this one because there's different IG-11s that I want coming out. So, for instance, they have this one, IG-11 with Grogu. Awesome, iconic. He's wearing them. Love it. Now, the only reason I'm not getting this one is because I'm choosing to get the more deluxe version of this, which the deluxe version, it's IG-11 with Grogu, number 720. Same, it looks exactly the same. Even has the same number, but it's lights and sound.
Dude,
And
yeah.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah,
a
yeah.
sucker for lights and sound. I have all the Star Wars lights and sound. Love them all.
That's so dope.
Yeah. So all I can imagine here, yes, no. Like, there's going to be a lot of good little quips in that. So gotta have this one. This is going to be a Funko Shop exclusive. So this will probably be one. If you go onto their site, you could do the notify me so
Yeah.
that you're ready for when it drops. But come on, if you got to choose one or the other, I'm going lights and sound all day long. Those are some of my favorites. I don't
You
know.
might as well.
I think for Star Wars there should be more of them with lights and sounds. Since they don't articulate or anything, give us a little something more. I like it.
Yeah.
Yet another one that we have out there on pre-orders is Grogu with the Frog, number 721. And this is really the very, very last little scene before we get that kind of Oculus close on our heroes at the end there of the finale, season 3. Grogu playing with the Frog, a nice little movie moment. At first, I wasn't thinking I'd get this one because I was like, another Grogu. But the more I look at it, I love the colors. It's just got a really nice, you and everything with the scene. And it really, for me, that takes images. I felt that this is it does everything. It has the whole
really
story,
good.
the whole scene. You got the frog floating, you got Grogu using the Force doing it. I love it. It's adorable. It's adorable. And then this one, when this got announced, yeah, everybody wanted this. A Qui-Gon Jinn with his poncho, right? We've been how long we've been, come on, poncho. So we got him with the poncho, facing off with Darth Maul. And this is still a different sculpt than we got with the Celebration Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Kind of Tatooine, outfit. Totally different sculpt. These look great.
Man.
It's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive tomorrow at 9. So please, if you are wanting to get these, be ready to drop about $29.99. I'm imagining usually for the 2 packs are about $30 US. So these are going to go on the Funko Shop exclusive. So if you haven't hit a notify me, please do so you don't miss out. I think because of the popularity of the want for these characters and a 2-pack of them, this is going to go quick, I think.
Oh yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah,
So
this will be
good.
one that'll sell out, and they're going to have to quickly get a restock on it because this is going to be fire. This is going to be dope. Ooh. So that is all I have on just regular pre-orders. And I don't think we have anything else Lego Funko in that realm. But we do have something I almost kind of alluded to there going through the slides. We do have some pre-orders that have finally shipped, that are finally shipping. So we'll hit that segment quickly. So we have orders now arriving. And with those orders now arriving, we have in the Funko land, Ezra Bridger finally started to arrive.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at that. Now, the back of this one, I was kind of disappointed, but it is very similar to the box lunch with Sabine and the Thrawn. It doesn't give any secrets away or reveals of any other ones.
Right.
I would have liked to seen Zeb or something on the back, but yeah, nothing on that realm. But I am pumped because I haven't even brought mine. I haven't done my unboxing video, or I haven't released it yet, dropped it. But this guy's just awesome. This guy is he is awesome looking.
Yeah, it's such a good depiction from that episode in Rebels too. And me, I'm not the biggest Rebels fan by any means, but like you gotta pay respects to that one because this one is on point. It's probably, in my opinion, other than
you said you're not a what?
I'm not the biggest. I'm
not hearing that.
Stand on. I am not the biggest Rebels fan by any mean, but I love this. I do have the Thrawn. I do have the not the 2017, but I got the Target Thrawn that came out, and I love that one 100%. But
yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. And I already in my head, if I have two of them together, I have an idea of how I do it, where I'd probably have Thrawn really kind of out of focus, closer to the lens. I don't know if I'd have him out of focus, because what I wanted to do is have tentacles wrapped around him and then Ezra doing this, and the focus be on Ezra. I think that would be that movie moment in my head, how I imagine it. I don't know yet. I don't know, but I love this character. Love this character. And I tried to look, and this is me being, totally stupid and ADD, but I looked at the sculpt just to see if it had the lightsaber hilt, right? And the reason I did that is because he didn't have it on him. That was one of the coolest things, is he left it and went without a lightsaber, which we kind of hear him talk about being in Ahsoka when he's like, "Oh, I don't need one right now." Like
right.
Force, right? So kind of interesting. He at this stage, he kind of doesn't have it, but also when you see the Sabine Wren that was released for Ahsoka, she does have that. So it really does have that consistency in the time. and everything, and just they're both beautiful sculpts.
Mm,
So that Sabine, I really want to get a Sabine with a lightsaber with her helmet on. A lightsaber and a blaster would be great, but
be
you
dope.
know we can't have everything. I know.
Yeah.
But that one, for me, I just seeing this one finally release, I was very, very pumped for.
That was the first time I've heard of Toy Temple too. I've never heard of them until this.
Me neither. I had no idea who they were, what they were about. No clue, and I really didn't think that Toy Temple personally was going to be like, ooh, like I got that exclusive sticker, like first to market, yada yada yada. I don't really care about the stickers as much. I know some collectors are majorly into that, and it does bring up the value if they have the certain stickers from the certain cons or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like the pop and the sticker and the box. To me, they're really kind of eh. The only boxes I really would cherish and keep, I think, are the retro series.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because on the back of them is usually the comic that inspired the pop. So I kind of do like that. That's kind of
Yeah.
fun. So let's get to the bigger segment, my friend. And let's start with you because we've gone through our rumors and leaks. We've gone through our pre-orders, right? We've even gone to those things that are finally shipping, the pre-orders that are finally shipped. But what do we actually have for in stores?
Boom, boom. See, and this is especially in store. This is where Lego kind of thrives because they definitely do the they have pre-orders, but they don't really let you know when it's coming out. It's just like coming soon. And it'll let you know when it ships, but it's usually 2 weeks after the release date. So you kind of always have to look at that and take that into account because that's what I really love about Funkos is if they haven't came out yet, then they're like, oh, it'll drop on this day at this time, and this is where you can start, getting your pre-orders down.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and we talked about this when you were on our show before. Sometimes I feel like Funko is missing the mark of, like, for instance, these season 3 man pops. Great, people love them. There's so much going on right now in Star Wars. Right? We just got done the month of May, right? And there's a lot of pops to see here that are in stores now for the 25th anniversary, Phantom Menace, all things that we want. Love it, love it, love it. May announcement, I think Funko did an excellent job with dropping them.
Right.
The season 3 has trickled out in a weird way that I feel it hurts both financially, not being able to achieve getting a promotional value when the show's still out and relevant.
True.
Right? So I feel the miss out a little bit on that. And it doesn't seem as well. And again, it's my perception and my perspective. It seemed like it was dropped kind of like you've got Ahsoka. Just kind of mentioned a pop or two prior to the first episode. They kind of teased. Then start dropping this like within a week or so of the first few episodes, we started getting waves of the pops announced, so we got a Baylan, a Chin. So it was very, very exciting because in a moment, and I think that's where Lucasfilm, Disney, and Funko, when they're releasing these things, really it behooves them to launch and deliver kind of relevant as opposed to a few months later, because I feel that you lose the excitement and the hype of that series, and eventually it does, in my opinion, it'll hurt sales. So I'm hoping we've got the Acolyte in just a few days. I feel like I can't believe it's already May. Flew by.
2 days, man.
I mean, and it's funny is we've gotten so much beats, and I know you're very, very much playing as me as being very positive about Star Wars. And it seems that there's so much toxicity out there in the fandom with a show that hasn't even released.
Yeah,
Hasn't even released. You've seen trailers, and you know as much as I do. As much as we think we know what's going on with the trailer, we don't.
No.
We don't. So please, I know you say this. I know on my channel, and most of the content creators that we work with and speak with, give it a chance. Just sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, grab your popcorn, and enjoy it. Just watch it, enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like just watch it and then see if you don't like it. Because
Yeah,
I feel like it's more of like a trend to just like not like something before it comes
yeah,
out.
just
It's weird.
sure to get more like reviews on my video, like that. And then they say if you're, um, you're kissing Lucasfilm Disney if you like I like Star Wars, and there's gonna be some stories I like, some stories I don't. There's gonna be some scenes I like, some maybe there's phrases I like, phrases I don't. That's in everything.
Right.
But there's so I think this is what are we bitching about? Right? How many people? Oh well, there's no lightsabers and this and that and okay. Well, here's that nothing but lightsabers that run around, and they're all characters that you probably don't know unless you read High Republic. A good chunk of us probably have not. I know I haven't.
Right. No.
All on audiobooks and even the newer ones ordered, but I haven't gotten through them all. I only got through the first one. So what I'm about to learn is absolutely new. It's a new chalkboard. It's been completely erased. I have conceptions necessary except for reading, and when I've me excited. So, all I'm asking for now is just get some pops in the very future. Even if they give us like 2, like at this point, there should be 2. You should have a May pop right off the clip, right? You should have that the master that we're seeing, the guy from Squid Game, like right off the rip, boom. Those 2 should be like kind of like what they did with Andor. They made a Comic-Con exclusive. You should have that like exclusive. Build some hype around those 2 to get you to the show, going out to the store, because again, that's part of the interaction fans get to have. We as collectors get to have. We get to relive that moment, that scene, by a collectible. I think that's what calls us to be collectors. So come on.
Could you imagine that Sith on a Funko? That helmet, dude. I'm gonna need the Black Series
killer whale helmet with the little like it's like a black dolphin or something. Like looks
bro.
Nasty.
Give me it. Give me it.
Yeah, and at one point we see the helmet on the ground, right?
Yes.
And it's so is it, and that's the thing. Padawan Pops, our buddy Will from Pops put some up yesterday, day before. You think it's going to be Darth? What is it? Is it Tantus? The kind of Biff
Tenebrous?
one? Yes, that one. Could it be him? Could it be Plagueis? Who knows? But it's cool, right? Because I don't think that character might not even be the master. That he might reveal there's someone above him. He's the apprentice, and maybe the apprentice is looking to overthrow. We don't know. So it'd be cool. It would be cool to see.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I am as well. So why don't you start us off with all stuff that we know is hit shelves in stores right now? This May just blew up. So we'll let you start it off with your Legos.
Cool. Yeah, dude. I think this is gonna be the month of May was really, really good. Like we've talked about. But yeah, pretty much. See if we can get these up here.
Yeah, let me see if I can help you out.
There we go. Yep, perfect. Okay, this was the one that really set it off. This is the one that kind of started it all. Basically, this to me, I feel like it pairs very, very well with the UCS X-Wing that came out on May 4th last year. And size, plate, everything. This is very reminiscent of that. But it's like we got the Rebel side. Now let's get the Empire side. So this set right here is a banger. I won't get this right away. Obviously, it's been out for 4 weeks, and check back this time next year and we'll see if it drops to maybe 210. and just at a different time. And this will be in the collection right next to the X-Wing, just
Nice.
because this thing, like, you obviously get the bird's eye view on the left, and then you get the stand aspect of it. Just seeing it sitting on the stand is amazing. But
It is a
then,
beautiful, beautiful build. Look at that.
man, it's such a good advancement of the original TIE fighter as well. But like, I just love the points, and especially in the top left, like you can see right into the cockpit, and it looks just like the damn movies. Like, look at this, like the tile and the sticker work, and they're like, how
Yeah,
perfect is that?
that is so dope. And this, even as you mentioned, not just scaled to that X-Wing, but the previous UCS TIE fighter. Like these, if you're a collector of there's going to be excellent additions to that.
Oh yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. And I've even seen they've already got the company that does the bricks with the lights and stuff.
oh yeah.
They've already got the set for this. So, I hope when you build it, you do it with the lights so we can see that sucker light up. That would be dope.
Dude, they're pretty money. I like these a lot. That top right picture, I wanted to blow it up, but like you can just see the X-Wing right in the rangefinder, just right in the radar, and it's so dope. So I think that's what they're kind of calling to, add this to the other UCS TIE fighters. Yeah, maybe one day we'll get a UCS TIE Defender. Shout out to Morgan Elsbeth. Maybe we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
But yeah, and plus the box work, like all Lego box work is so good. There's some people who complain about the box art, but I mean, this is just, it's too sleek, and it just gives that 18 plus vibe. So yeah, this is
you know what? Hey,
money
Tim,
pit.
I'm gonna have to just give a pan because I don't understand. Being a commercial photographer, right, and having done packaging and stuff like that, Lego spares no expense.
Yeah,
No expense. They get very talented photographers on their staff. The imagery is solid. The packaging team on this, look at them. Come on. When you see the packaging, UCS, right? There's a look, there's a feel, and it has that higher echelon Lego collection on it right off the rip. Right off the rip. And it's beautiful looking. Beautiful. I think it gives all the details. It shows you so much. I think you were so right with your statement. People like to complain to complain, just to take a different stance, just to get the likes and the views. It's bullshit.
yeah, not me, dude. I like everything about this set. I mean, that's one thing to not like it. I could see why you wouldn't want it. I mean, that's fine. But
Yeah, maybe cost, maybe size, because you don't have the room in your collection. All good reasons, but you can't say that it sucks. You can't say the packaging sucks. What
it's
are you
fire.
talking about?
It's fire.
Come on. I'll give you a camera and some lighting equipment, and you have at it, and you show me your best. You bring your best. Let's see what you take a shot at it.
Exactly. Weirdos.
Right? Come on. Now we're complaining about box art. Come on. Really? Oh, these I love.
Dude, I have never ever put any thought to it until Lex said something that these are like the Funko Pops of the Lego universe.
I was gonna mention that.
I was like,
When
dude,
Lex said that,
they are.
she was 100% hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah, these are all of the every brickhead that's came out since 2021. I have all of them, so I had to add it myself.
Ah, nice.
So this hasn't been built yet, but for all the ASMR people. But these are so fun to build. They're very, I mean, there's
They're
not
complicated.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. And if it's a human character, each of them have an Easter egg. So where the brain is on the character, it's a pink 2x2. So it just shows the little, it's like that's the brain of the character. So that's really cool. They always drop those little Easter eggs. If I was to change one thing, it would be to have a full size Emperor Palpatine little hologram, because they do make the see-through translucent piece just like that. But that would be really cool, because like the Lego Harry Potter, they have Dementors, and they're about that stud size, and they're all black. As in the Lego universe, for Star Wars, they have the Palpatine of that, and it's just that blue translucent color. I think that would be really cool. You can buy it off Lego.com or Bricklink and add it to it, which is something I'll probably do. But yeah, this one's awesome. It's my favorite clone as well, so this one was really fun to put together.
Absolutely. I really like this, and you know it, knowing that they make that translucent Palpatine, that would make me want to get this one. You know, as you know, I'm not as big of a Lego collector as I am Funko Pops.
Right.
But my son really is the Lego kid of the house, right? The one thing I think we have this summer that will be a project is building the Razor Crest he had gotten for Christmas.
Please
Yeah.
build it.
He doesn't have the UCS, but he has the very first to market Lego Razor Crest when that first came out. So that was like 2 Christmases ago, I think he had it.
Yeah.
He hasn't put it together yet. It's still sitting in his room in the box. Like, so he likes to have time. I think he had the Buzz Lightyear spaceship he wanted to build before he built that, because Buzz is
That looked good too.
He's a big Buzz Lightyear fanatic, so that took priority. My kids never took the Star Wars as I wish they did. I wish they did. Now my daughter's getting excited for the Acolyte, which is a very first piece. Watching on the trailers. She wants to sit and watch it come this week. So I'm very pumped that, because I've always wanted that, like, for my kids, especially when my daughter was born. Right when she was born, like the Clone Wars movie came out.
Nice.
We got to introduce to Ahsoka. And as a dad, I was so happy that we got a cool female apprentice Jedi to, you know, Anakin. So I'm thinking, like, my daughter, like, this is so like me and you. Like, but she didn't jump into it, you know, as funny, because I fell in love with that character for almost personal reasons, right? I kind of view that as like watching my kid grow up.
See, and that's really cool. That's really
cool. And for me, seeing Ahsoka, because at first too, I was like, by my cheek, because she was kind of annoying at first. The first few episodes of the movie to the first season, I'd say, just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, and I think it's just getting used to the character and everything that would evolve to eventually be one of my favorite Jedis out there. One of the best stories, and probably one of the ones that will carry it. She's going to be like our Obi-Wan to carry us through the next legacy of Star Wars, in my opinion. So it's very cool. But love these. There's another Lego set I'm sure you'll be talking about that I almost purchased, just impulse, just almost grabbed it off the shelf and grabbed it.
Hey, I know which one you're talking about, but it's coming, because I'm gonna have to get it too, dude. Because the more I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need this.
That's exactly what it is. The more I pass it as I walk through Target and I see it there, and I'm like, yeah. And Will from Padawan Pops, I blame him. He actually sent me, so we got him lured to the dark side with the Funko sodas. So I get a package, and I was like, scratch your head, like, did I win this on a live stream? Like, where'd this come from? Then did my son order this for? Like, I honestly was like, where'd this come from? Here, Will from Padawan Pop sent me the Boba Fett that we talked about last week, the small little one in the Slave One. So I was excited for that, you know.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's trying to lure me down this path. So these new sets that were coming out just this month, like, I had to restrain myself. Like, this set, awesome.
Dude, this is one, like, me and Bailey have talked about. Me and my wife have even talked about this one. Like, what is this going to look like? How is it going to come together? And obviously, it's Sebulba and Anakin. Really, really good touch there with Beggar's Canyon. Get the little overhedge. That's really cool.
Archway.
What I was thinking when I first heard of this leak was that it was going to be, like I said before, is the stand. It's going to show the crowd and just little peg pieces, just different colors, different angles, and then maybe showing a mini side of the pod racers. But this is clean no matter what. And this, the angles, I mean, you can almost put this any way you want in your collection, no matter how you display it. Like, you could even look at the left picture and be like, okay, this is going to be an end cap on the far right on my
Mm.
shelf, with the back wall there. But I mean, you just can't cover the plaque, and I think that's what does it, dude. When Qui-Gon speaks to Anakin, and we all saw this in A Phantom Menace, and especially if you went to theaters and saw it this year, to anyone watching, this is crazy. Remember, concentrate on the moment, feel. Don't think, use your instincts. Qui-Gon Jinn. Shout out to Qui-Gon Jinn, one of the most underrated Jedi to ever be told in a story. So I think this is it makes the set, man. I mean, you can see the pod racers. That's one thing. Really awesome. Love Sebulbas. I always love the X look to the front. And Anakin's pod racer, really cool. But god damn, dude, just the plaque and the 25-year celebration tile as well. Like, dude, get out of here. This set is 10 out of 10.
Right? It's just so good. And when I heard this was coming out, I was like, how it's got to be you. Like, so I like how they were able to do scale and try to get it all in one, as opposed to, because like really big. Like, I still would have liked a little bit bigger, the minifigs, with them. But
Oh yeah.
these are great. I love them. And what a cool scene. And even the little details of the darker bricks being the shadows of these things flying over, like,
Yeah.
detail. I love it. I love it. It really sells that scene.
Mm-hmm. That's what's so good, dude, is because a lot of people with
It's got a
me.
lot of depth and dimension to it. It's
Oh
so
yes. And the way I display my Legos is I love them front and center, but each Lego has its own appearance. Like all of the dioramas, I think those are my favorite line in the Lego Star Wars lineup, because I love the helmets. Those are really cool. There's a few that I don't have, but I have a large majority of them. But the diorama sets, man, they're so nice. And with us being collectors, like pops, like behind you, you have all of your pops displayed. And me, I have, mine on the wall on the shelf here in front of me. But this, for a collector who loves to display, this is the sets you get. These are
Yeah.
the sellers of your collection. Like, man, it's so good. And plus, Cobb Vanth, shout out to Cobb Vanth. His little speeder in The Mandalorian is one of the engines from Anakin's pod racer. So we get to see those right here. It's such a good call.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this
100%.
this one is awesome. But I mean, I could talk about that one all day. Let's move on.
Who can blame you? Who can blame you?
Dude, another Phantom Menace Lego set, and we're already here. And I mean, if you look at this Droideka, how can you not like a Droideka? They look really good. But for 583 pieces, look at what you get. You wouldn't even really think you'd get too much out of it. The only funky
Right?
thing kind of is like the minifig, but it's a buildable minifig. So
I like that, though. I like that you get something like that. That's kind of sweet.
yeah, I mean, it's the way it looks compared to the main figure. I mean, it's definitely spot on, but I mean, that's called nitpicking. I do it. We all do it. But I think the plaque is perfect. And then of course you get that 25th year of Lego plaque. You got to love it.
I do like it. And it's so cool that the little animated kind of little spin they have on that.
Yeah.
We got Pop the Bounty Collector, Ricky, with a "your" in the chat right now. Good morning, fam. Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning, my
For
brother.
joining us, buddy. Yeah, he's hitting both channels, I'm sure, doing that. Good morning, Patrick. Good morning to you, Ricky. Thank you for coming to a early morning caffeinated monthly
Yes.
wrap up with us. Really appreciate your support, my friend.
Thank you, bro.
Now, Brandon, does this, because it looks like on the box it does fold up into a ball? Like, it really could. There it is. Holy shit.
Banger. This is how you sell a product right here.
Yeah.
First thing you do is you see a Droideka and you're like, okay, do we get the force field bubble around? Do we get that? No, we don't. But what else do you get? You get the angle of them spinning. Stop, man. This makes me want to get it. And I'd probably display it that way 1 week. Maybe the next month I'll change it back to the front. And then maybe for, the next month I'll put it in the circle. It's just, like to think how can a
if you
Lego?
want, you can even do two, have the one out and the other one rolling up behind, like he's adding support.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
that's the thing with this. Like Lego, how did you guys come up with this? Look at the Technic inside. That's giving it the chance to roll up this way,
yeah.
and it just looks
Talk
so
about
damn good.
playability, and not just display, but playability for that. What a cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, this is a good one. That's a seller right there. But then right here, this one is such a good set. The only thing is just the size. The size is just a little small for 640 pieces, but like we said with the Funko 2-pack, which I put on my Instagram story, that's the 2-pack of the year. This one right here, you get the Poncho Qui-Gon minifig, you get the young Anakin minifig, and you get the Darth Maul on his Bloodfin speeder. So this, man, it's so good. Plus
Now,
the
is this the
scale.
second version of this particular craft?
I believe it's the third actually.
Ah,
But it is and
and
it is the smallest of the three. That each time it releases, it gets smaller. So hopefully we've hit the bottom of the threshold here. So maybe in like another 10 years, we'll get another one. But yeah,
yeah,
this
because I've seen some great reviews on this, where it actually has a little thing for the probe droids to kind of pop out and stuff. Like,
yes.
it's dope,
That's
absolutely dope.
so much playability to it. This set, like Darth Maul's speeder bike can go right up into the back, like the top right picture. You just pull the hatch down, and then Maul actually fits on the speeder inside the cockpit. So yeah, it's a good shout, and especially with the little drop box that the little probe droids can go into. It's really really cool.
I thought that had some really cool playability to it. I love that feature. Really thought that was sick. And even the mall, this mall mini is, I love this one. Like, the eye looks so cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
That was one of the biggest gripes of this set too, is because the um uh duel on Death Star in the throne room battle, Luke, Vader, and Palpatine. The Palpatine with the Sith eyes has no pupils. That's a new thing that they're doing. So this Maul right here has no pupils, but I enjoy it. I think the eyes look cool, just like you said.
I like it. I
Yeah,
thought it was cool looking.
but I mean,
Great looking.
the Qui-Gon with the poncho, dude, that's just the whole vibe. Makes you want to wear a poncho, you know?
I have to get my Serape on now.
It's so good. And the Anakin, it looks just like a young Jake Lloyd. It's
Yeah,
spot on.
it looks scale to the other minifigs, which
Yes. So good.
is cool.
All right, Patrick.
Yeah, man.
It's such a good one. This one,
Just the minifigs alone, you'd want this set.
yeah.
$50. Come on, take. I'm going out to out to the. I might be short. In the Delta.
Yeah, dude. This, I mean, you get two 501st battle or clone troopers. You get, it's a battle pack. Essentially, you get Grogu, you get Grogu's pram. That's not from the UCS Razor Crest or the Christmas advent calendar where you get the, Christmas colored pram. Like you're getting a good one. And I mean, the speeder looks clean.
It sure
So clean.
does. It sure does. I love it. I love it. I think if I guess, I don't know, I have to go to one of those companies that make the brick stand, or do I just make my own stand for this? I'd want it like flying, like on an angle. It's just awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. It looks so much fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential with this, especially in a display standpoint, like you said. Because I think if you were to get the right one, you could have the light pole that it comes with sitting right there, have the troopers next to it, and then have Kelleran and Grogu just taking off, just like the scene.
It would be dope. It would be dope. Now, if you're obviously a Lego builder, got a diorama, could you imagine having like a Coruscant sit, a floating platform, this thing on some clear art, come on a stand, coming? Oh my God, take my money! because this is awesome. And I I love to see Keller and Beck get a little bit more love. The actor
Yeah.
definitely on my best. Come on, like I paid $150 to get a Keller and Beck Funko made.
Hey.
Oh, dude, there's someone that has made a Funko. They did the box, the whole cards. I'm not even. I was gonna buy it last September, October to bring to RI Comic Con because all my best was going to be there, and I just didn't have the time. Man, I love coming back as Pop, wielding two lightsabers.
Looks so good. And his robes. Man, there's something about the gold and the tan here. Like we're gonna get gold and white in the Acolyte, but the gold
I
and
think
tan.
I think that's kind of like where we get Kellerman Beck. Kind of like his influence probably was from that old Republic. Maybe he's very old school in his ways. We don't really know a whole lot. I
Yeah.
do know that there's been rumored talks about Keller and Beck kind of having like a John Wick style series or anything. I don't know. I'll take it. Like,
Yeah.
wait a second. We're gonna get a Jedi that's gonna be like John Wick. Yes, please.
Yeah. I've walked I've walked in the room with my buddy playing or watching John Wick, and I was just kind of like, all right, man. After being in here for 5 minutes, let me watch the rest of it with you. Man, if Ahmad Best can pull those strings and get that done, I mean, who's not gonna watch that? Let's see the two-handed master go at it with two sabers. Like, let's see this happen. Like, bro.
Absolutely. Like, one of the things I liked, I think, that season one of The Mandalorian that made it so well. Like there's episodes when he was trying to save the child at that point, right? We didn't know Grogu or not, but when he's going through and like the stormtroopers are coming into like these storage rooms, if you will, aboard the ships or in the town,
Oh yeah, yeah,
storage
yeah.
areas, and it's dark, and you got them. They've got their scopes on, and they've got the flashlights on their guns, and it was that like not horror movie, but kind of had that kind of take like, boom, all of a sudden like they get taken and they get in a skirmish. Like I could totally see that kind of style, but like very quick paced John Wick style, like gone. And we saw that in Kenobi, which is a callback to um, uh, Force Unleashed. Kenobi gets the stormtrooper in the room and it's all dark, and all of a sudden he's like, "I see here, done," and it goes next. It's not one by one that way. Like, can you
Yes.
imagine that with like Ahmad Best doing that? Like, there's a platoon of these guys, and one by one he's taking them down. Like, dude, that'd be awesome.
Dude, sign me up. Disney, make it happen.
And
Lucasfilm,
And you
let's
know
go.
what? For all the rash shit that's got with being Jar Jar, and you know what? I said I wasn't a fan of Jar Jar. Had no disrespect to what he did in film, being the first CGI created character and having to do all the mocap. That was awesome. But to see him get hit what do is because we gave him Kellerman back in the Jedi Trials kind of kids show that
Mm,
was on YouTube, the Star Wars Kids YouTube. Awesome. But to have that character make an appearance cameo in the Mando universe, awesome. Let's give him something. Like, come on, he deserves. I don't think anyone really knows how skilled he is as a martial artist. So, like,
mhm.
let's show that. Let's bring it.
That only
Look,
helps his case too, because I mean, that's him being able to wield the prop sabers and actually get the work done would be dope. But
yeah,
this is all part of what I think, and like, so Hayden Christensen got his return in Kenobi. Hayden Christensen got bashed on, just like the rest of them. He did once upon a time. He got his get back. Now look at Hayden Christensen. Dude is at every Comic Con.
revered. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
so lucky to see him last year.
because he's felt the
Now,
love. The Lucas said to I think I'm my best when he first did it because he knew he was going to get a lot of crap. He knew it. He said, "I know right now you're getting a lot of hate, but imagine when those kids grow up, how they endear you now, how much more you're gonna be loved later." And
Yes.
it's sad to think I'm putting a deposit for a future return and withdrawal of the love from the fandom. But he did. You guys that grew up with the younger generation that grew up with the prequels, well, they're all of collector, finances now, right? They all have jobs, now they have the money to buy the things they want. And sure enough, like, we have the 25th year anniversary of Phantom Menace, and why not?
Yeah.
Have characters like this coming about, being beloved at the fandoms, at the fan expos, and the comic cons, and stuff. He's getting his due, and I think you're right. Like, if you see Anakin now as kind of like that glory, like even Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, he knew that he was getting trashed. The prequels were getting trashed, and now there's this huge love and appreciation for them. And I think even with fans that weren't, it's like a wine. With time it will grow and add flavor, and you're gonna enjoy it more. I definitely think when you compare the prequels to the sequels, there's no doubt if you might have hated them, you don't hate them as much as you like the sequel trilogy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still going to do the same outtake in a few years because, like, there's kids like my brother's age that love the sequels, but I mean, that's what they grew up with, and
yeah,
and I'm not one to be like, oh, they're horrible, but at the same time, like, there's a couple things where it's like, yeah, I can see why someone doesn't really like that, but I mean, fuck, dude, at the end of the day, it's Star Wars.
yeah,
I love it all.
100%, 100%. And I always joke with my buddy Chris and Lex that I grew up in the dark times, 35 years plus with nothing, so all the stories we had were made with our Star Wars Legos, Star Wars action figures, all those kind of things. So
Yeah, that's the imagination can do many things. But to kind of wrap it up, this right here, I told you I was going to make a slide of just the sprinkles. This is kind of like the dessert that you get when you make over it's either 100 and I believe it's $160. You get these amazing gifts with purchase. So we do get the Trade Federation droid carrier, like that thing's money. Look at it. It's
love
just
that.
it's
Can
like you pulled
get
it
that on
right
its
out.
own, or no? It was just with the gift set purchase.
Just the gift with purchase, unfortunately.
Damn, that is fire.
But I know you can get the
I have seen the other,
the
in a
poly
poly.
bag. Yes, you can grab those at the Lego store. I do know that. But then again, man, this coin right here is amazing. Jedi Lex showed it on TikTok, and I was actually able to see it firsthand that way. And it's just like it's them going down the trench run. You can swivel that little translucent piece, and it looks just like when Vader had Luke in his radar tracking him down, getting the precision strike onto him. So it's just sliding right by, just like how it looks, like straight out of 1977. So these are really, really good gifts with purchase this year.
That is cool. And Lego, I think, usually does something like this when they have these big releases. So that is exciting. That really is.
Yeah, this is a huge out with a bang because last year, it was either last year or 2 years ago, there was a keychain that was a little brick of Beskar just straight out of the Mandalorian. And people were like, that's so stupid. It's like, shit, you buy the set, I'll take it. You can give it to me. I like it. Too much griping. But yeah, that's it with the Lego recap, everything that's come out. That's
all right. Well, we had a lot, and a lot to chat about, man. That is awesome. Well, we have in the Funko world, we had a little bit. We had all right. So we had Anakin Skywalker released and in the stores. Now the only thing I was bothered by it was the way they were labeling this when you go to the site or anything. It was like Anakin Skywalker with pod racing helmet. No, that was a pop that released years ago. This is Anakin with the Naboo Starfighter helmet because you just released them as a hyperspace hero with the same thing. So I was surprised that they would have screwed that up. Like, But anyway, so you got 698 Anakin Phantom Menace. And I did capture some of the backs of the boxes to show you what you're getting in that line. So you would get young Annie with the helmet. You have Obi-Wan as, still a Padawan really at that phase. You got the braid and everything. You got Jar Jar with the boom boom little ball. You
Get the
got
booba.
yes, boomba. You got Padme Amidala in her kind of disguise. You have a Watto, which there's a lot of take on the Watto. I ended up not seeing this one because it looked like the comics we got a few years ago. And you got the Battle Droid, which is something all of us fans had wanted for a long, long time. So very pumped to have gotten that. But the Anakin looked great. He's got a nice sculpt. I really like that the way they made the detail in the helmet look kind of that leathery, and you really get that metallic detail on the little braids of metal going through the helmet. It's a really nice looking pop.
What's really cool too about this one is you can see his bangs through his goggles just like you can in the Phantom Menace when he's in the N1. Like, dude, come on.
I never picked up on that. That's a great thing. Then you say that now, I can't unsee it, but I never even noticed that. That is cool.
No, this is pod racing. Yeah, like that's so dope.
Then we got look, we got some comments. We got Christopher from Seriously Star Wars joining us. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Christopher. Thank you for joining us. Grab some coffee and sit back for the ride. Yeah, so we got an Obi-Wan Kenobi, like we said, we kind of revealed on the back of that box. $6.99 from this anniversary series. Love this.
Yep.
Love this. And I just captured an image of this this past week, which I really enjoyed. So I took this and then recreated the scene of him and Qui-Gon, trying to get to the Trade Federation leaders when negotiations were short. So I really loved it. And I cut a little from the Acolyte character, the image, and added that swoosh effect. That's really unique to those Acolyte character posters you're seeing posted on the major cities and stuff. I loved it. It made for a great image. It's made for a great pop. The only way this gets better is the pop that we'll see later, which is the same sculpt and everything, different treatment. And we use Jar Jar Binks, number 700. You're in a little choppy. It's the 25th anniversary. That's pretty good. I'm really loving that.
Jar Jar, get the booba. Jar Jar. I love that.
And in this pot, that ball, boomba, looks it's so got clean. Like a sparkle inside of it. And I mean, it's done just right. Just right.
Looks really good.
Jeremy Amidala, like I said, number 701. I like this one. This is the reason I like this. What we see wearing most of the episode, really. So I kind of for the beginning, really, where she had outfits on very quickly. This were predominantly wore.
Yeah, I'll definitely wait for that one.
Padawan Chronicles did some concepts, and worked with someone the concept that she had. Where she's got that maroon outfit and a little pistol from the end of the
yeah.
That was great. That was great. They made that. I'm surprised they haven't. But here we have that. Well, I think a lot of people again didn't go for this because it looks so similar to the water we had previously. It was like they swapped what leg goes down, and then they took that date out of his hand. Otherwise, pretty much the same.
Yeah, we have that one somewhere. I can't find it though. But yeah, it's literally just the same thing.
We got the battle droids. Really like this 703. This one, on the Popcast one. Just about every Funko collector has been and waiting and waiting. I mean, maybe it's because so skinny and lanky, so hard to do. But we've seen them do like the cool legs that you have on something like this. So finally getting the battle droid in this fashion is just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
This one's so good.
Now, there was an image that we saw. It was more of a faked. It was not. You say it wasn't real, but it had little markings of hairstyle about it, and which is cool. I have a second one ordered already. So when it comes, and I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to customize it with the yellow because that is more iconic. This the you do get another one or two of these. I'm having a couple of occasions. I'd like to have one that kind of color from Genesis. I think that would look kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then did another one. I'd probably like we do see in with the blue markings.
Yeah. That's on the droid carrier too. So those, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So both like if we don't get the, you can easily make some cool customs with it, and it probably too much. You could probably do it with a really nice paint pen, with those details. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Then we got this, which was fire. And if anyone had watched my video on I did a what's on this. Actually, I didn't because I actually went to said store. I went to Punch to pick this up. I put on my unboxing video and I did a record scratch literally in the video. I did because the horn on the one I had broken off and somehow like seared, hot glued or pressed to his head. Like it was just weird. Like at first I thought like it was part of looking at it more. I'm like the pictures on this online. I'm like, that's definitely. So I had to bring it. I brought it back to place it. No, but I especially after wanting this one, get one that was bum. I find that the on the right there was like busted where you could see it looked like it had an insert peg piece. It was to the side and just pressed really hard and hot glued or melted, or I have no idea what happened. But it was just weird. But yeah, great looking Funko Pop. I like it. I just wish it was a little bigger. I wanted the Bloodfin just to be a little bigger, but I love it.
Yeah, looks good.
Now, an extra cool thing would have been, especially for the cost of this pop, I would have liked to have had a little piece of clear acrylic and have one of those little Sith probe droids.
Yeah, that'd be a good look.
That'd be pretty dope.
Or maybe just a little Anakin just laying right underneath the Bloodfin. Anakin, drop.
Oh, too late. Bop. Make it. This one was one that I have wanted for so long. I think a lot of collectors really wanted this one. So finally happy to get this one out in the wild and everything. You can get a Queen Amidala on the Throne, number 705. This is fire. Love this one.
Best of the line.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they did it because it's been much needed and it looks so good. Very good.
Absolutely. I have my background from Cardboard Galaxy of the Theed throne room from Naboo. And hers sitting on it, taking up a whole shelf just to herself with that. But this is one that I've done some initial concept shot for to kind of look at angles and stuff. Because I want to recreate that scene where you kind of have Natalie Portman turned like this, kind of on an angle, very stoic. I love that one. So I just love this pop, and I couldn't afford the original blue box because I missed it when they first came out. I wasn't really collecting Funko at that point. So to go back and get it years later, too much scratch, and I couldn't come up with that. I couldn't justify spending that much money on the pop personally. So I was like, But interesting enough, we did get a newer version of that blue box with a different treatment, which we'll get to. As you can see, they released quite a bit of Funko Pops for this. So we had talked about the Obi-Wan, right? Now, the Obi-Wan $6.99 Retro Series was a Target exclusive. This is fire. This is that other treatment. I love the Retro Series. Really love this. I'm very excited for this one, even more so than the original one. I'm loving the treatment of these.
Yeah, it's really good. These are ones I always love to add to the collection just because it makes your collection pop out.
Mm, very much so. And I know Christopher Star isn't a retro series collector.
Nah, he
That's
loves
just
these.
not his bag.
These are
But
his
he
favorites,
loves, yeah. Funko did a fantastic job on the 25th anniversary Phantom Menace Pops. 100% they did. They kicked ass.
especially the retro ones, Chris. I agree. I agree.
I love them. I love them. I love them so much that my wife bought me a piece for Christmas. It blew my mind. I have this really, I'll show you. I have this really great artwork that she picked up for me, framed artwork, and it's dimensional.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Look at that
So it's
banger.
really cool. Really cool. And that, which is in, if you pick up the Leia Target exclusive with the t-shirt that was the retro, that is actually from that piece of art, that comic cover. So I thought that was really cool.
Oh
So
yeah.
now because I have the piece of art, I love retro series. I have an unboxing to do later today, which I got that second version of the Boba Fett comic book. I have that to box later today, but I have the Luke one and the other Boba Fett one. Now I need to kind of make like a section. So I have this area over here, taking it on the different shelf there, and make it just all retro because I really like the graphic novel look. And the Jar Jar saw the previous one. So what they did in this wave was they took the one in the Jar Jar from the new sculpts, and they did in the retro series. So you can kind of see detail here. Same exact thing. Now we don't get the more clear purpley acrylic with the sparkles in it for the boombox.
Still looks good.
Still looks great. I like that very saturated gradation look that they did with Jar Jar. It really looks how they did the highlight shadow on it. Really good job. It really screams book, graphic
Yeah.
novel. Love it. Now, for other two that we're going to see, the Queen Emma, this looks like it's from the original Blue Box number 706. Looks like that original Blue Box, but that retro. So if you didn't get the Blue Box, get this and then have it kind of great. If you already have it, another fine addition, and then Throne. So I mean, wins, all wins.
Yes. This is a really good one.
And the other one they did that went back to the original Maul and did him in original series, which I like this number 77 Darth Maul.
I
Because it
love it.
reminds me when you those little black scratch board, scratch it and it's white, and you can
Oh
do your
yeah.
like that's kind of what this reminds. Taking the white and scratch away to make your the black color. It's a really cool interpretation.
Yes. The horns too,
Look at
the
it.
white.
Kind of got it's cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So for everything you now have yours, that is I did miss one thing. Like I said, we have a Darth Scion that was announced, and it's a GameStop exclusive. It comes with two buttons. I think you get a button to the characters in Funko form, a patch.
Yeah.
I did have a slide. I don't know what happened to it in one of my revisions. I might have overwritten it or I don't know what there, but I know I had it. You seen that, Cat?
Sorry, you chopped out. What'd you say?
Yeah, I said the reason I was doing different revisions. And I remember because Jedi Lisa did a little recap from her monthly in case you guys don't miss anything in your episode. Support and love for us. And I was like, oh yeah, I did almost. So I made sure I added it, and then the version gone.
No.
Yeah, I'm getting a little comment from the chat here that it was breaking up a little choppy. John, if it's the router, or you know what, maybe it's trying to stream there, and the Instamate is breaking up the feed a little bit today.
I cut the Instagram after like 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'll pull this, just because I didn't know if that's what was causing it, but it kept going. I was like, oh.
My router, I'll probably have to reboot my router today. So sorry for any of the delays and interruptions. I'll just have to kick on my kids' house. Get outside.
Come on. Go touch grass.
Yeah, exactly. Go on. You know, how about this? Give your break from the landscaping. I've already done the cut. Just cut it up, bag it, you know, because it's today. Woo! Thank you for doing that. You've had your Dunkin'. You've had your Dunkin'. Come on. You've had putting caffeinated. Let's go.
Gotta pay your due diligence.
They're probably up. Trust me. Between each of them, there's phones, watching whatever they're doing on upstairs TVs. You know, I don't think I have enough juice, you know, in lifetime to support their online needs. I'll have to get like a TV station satellite in my yard one of these days just to handle them. Or maybe I'll pay them to install a TNT Verizon tower in my yard.
Just right in your backyard. Man, I have really good service over here, Patrick. Yeah, you can thank me.
You pay the mortgage with your mortgage by planting it right here. Right here. I actually have a really good friend and mentor who used to work in New Jersey. My below. Him and his other partner, they each had their own studios, and the commercial realty of their studios in the parking lot of their property, this really great area in central New Jersey, really close to the Garden State Parkway, that Verizon did put a tower there and supplement the mortgage for the studio.
Damn.
What is that? Brilliant. And that was early on. Cost of that space is only going up. So, you know, I always thought was really, really, oh man. But yeah, I just took a tree down. I'm trying to get more yards, take away from the yard I have. But yeah, I'd love to see something like that happen, you know.
Yeah. Or hey, Elon Musk, if you see this or any of your people see this, drop some of that Starlink on us, man. Give us that space connection.
100%. I just think I a router check, you know, see what's going on. But anyway, before we wrap up, why don't you tell people they can find you at, man?
Yeah. Like I said, the name's Brandon of Clan Brandalorian. Was gonna do the Brand Inquisitor, was gonna do Brando Calrissian, but we stuck with Clan Brandalorian. Of course, we love Mandalorians. We love Star Wars and everything related, lore, theory, Funko, and Lego. That's all on my channel. So if you're into any of those, and of course, we have a weekly podcast as well, Clan Brandalorian, A Conversation, the podcast. Go check that out. But other than that, that's where you can find me, anywhere, Clan Brandalorian.
Nice. And you can find me on my channel, Poptography, and on all the social media. I find it Poptography YT, trying to push my YouTube channel more. But even more importantly is on my channel, we do unboxings and we create cool Star Wars Funko Pop images. And I actually I've kind of had a hiatus for a couple months, and been wanting to get this cool cat back on, Brandon. We're going to probably have an episode of movies that inspire the pop coming on very soon. So one of the things you'll see on my channel is I'm kind of slowing the pace, slowing the roll a little bit. To one, keep from burnout, two, to be able to create content more consistently, but with rich content, like behind it, not turning and burn for you to consume, exhausted to try to create new and fresh. So to be able to slow the roll, provide really good as well as some enriching and to entertain myself, that creative edge. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to look and develop a visual so that I can say, okay, we're going to do one image weekly photo shoot project a week, and we'll do one a week. And then our segment here, Bricks and Pop, will be at the end of the month. We'll be doing this the monthly wrap up for both our channels. We'll be streaming that. And like I just mentioned, we're going to have a episode of movies that inspire them. That might be in every other once a month, or just as they come, more of a study thing. But we'll find it, and to have you on. So excited. This kind of came out of wanting to have on in movies, but I really enjoyed our lecture and just came up with this new for the of us to do. And I think we are really kind of hitting the nail on the head here by kind of bringing together two favorite passions in Star Wars universe with love of Lego, of Funko. So I'm very excited for this adventure. I thank everybody to be on here with the two of us this morning. Because this is our first episode. We had our pilot episode like a week or so ago. So this is exciting to have. And
Yes.
having Brandon here. And as you come, I'm sure the show will get better. Of
course.
as along. But we wanted to come out, hitting pretty hard for our first episode. And I think we did today. And I had a fun time and had a great time with you, Brandon. All things Funko, Star Wars, Lego. So this is great. Really great. So thank you. Thank you for those that tuned in. Thank you for those that are going to watch later on the rewatch. Hey, any comments, anything that you like to see? Did we miss anything? We pretty much hit almost everything we could fit. But if we missed anything, leave on the comments. Is there something that you're getting, whether it be a Lego, a set, or you're just even looking for a big minifigure to get set? Any of those things, please drop a comment. We would love to hear. And if you haven't, please subscribe to both our channels, and we will see you next month.